Here's a question. Are you an anime fan? If so, you have 10 seconds on the clock. Let's be real. Most of you probably said Crunchyroll. Ever have that one anime movie that you really wanted to see but you're left wondering where to find it? Do you hop from one platform to another, or does a go-to site have you covered? For many, including myself, the answer is a disheartening no. Even Crunchyroll leaves us hanging. Our only resort is to navigate through a minefield of ads on free anime sites. Sometimes, my favorite anime isn't on the main legal sites, and I'm left wondering what to do. Anime is not just big, it's exploding to the mainstream. Today, being an anime fan is cool, a stark contrast to the weird, strange labels over a decade ago. Nowadays, no one bats an eye if they catch you watching anime on your TV or phone. It's a great time to be an anime fan, and I do mean that. I'm grateful for the many great shows, movies, studios, and animators we have today. Just recently, Hayao Miyazaki won his second Oscar for his recent film, The Boy and the Heron. Attack on Titan was the most in-demand TV show and anime of 2021 and well into 2023. Just a few years back, Your Name was a global sensation. Anime has never been this awesome and fun to watch. But my praise, gratitude, and admiration for anime ends there. The anime watching experience. Generally, streaming anime online is a breeze. We're spoiled for choice with platforms like Crunchyroll, Netflix, and Hulu, each boasting a catalog of great hits like Death Note to One Piece. Across these streaming services tend to be sleek and user-friendly. But let's pause for a moment and dive into the scenarios of what we most face nowadays, especially me. Imagine you're deeply invested into massive mecha series, such as SSSS Gridman. You followed religiously, week by week as it was airing, and its sequel, SSS Dynasty. Suddenly, Studio Trigger announces a movie to wrap up the universe. Your anticipation skyrockets, but after its release in Japan, you're left in the dark about its international release. Meanwhile, other titles like The Boy and the Heron and Suzume quickly find their way onto global platforms. This particular movie, Gridman Universe, perfectly illustrates the unpredictable nature of the anime film production and distribution. Well, in the last 2 to 3 years, we've seen a shift towards quicker international releases, sometimes just months after its Japanese debut. There still remains a notable gap in accessibility. Films like Gridman Universe and countless others often get left behind with no legal streaming services options available. This distribution gap leaves fans with no choice but to seize the internet in searching for a glimpse of their awaited titles. Another common reason we face while watching anime online is the vast sea of streaming platforms. This can indeed be a double-edged sword. The accessibility is fantastic with so many choices at our fingertips. But then comes overwhelming questions like, what should I watch next? Is the anime I'm itching to see even available on this platform? Or do I simply just go to Zoro anime site with so many ads pop up? Do I dare venture into the less secure corners of the internet for that one title that's been eluding me? These dilemmas pile up, echoing the confusion and indecision that plagues viewers. The real crux of the issue isn't just the overwhelming volume of anime, but also how it's presented to us. We're bombarded with content every day from every single angle, leading us to a sort of decision fatigue. This saturation calls for some form of guidance, a beacon to help navigate through the chaos towards the anime that will captivate us. Crunchyroll, for instance, serves as a vast catalog for anime fans, yet maneuvering through its catalog, especially the film section, can be a key to solving a complex riddle. Sometimes, I'm in a mood to watch a movie, and not a whole series. However, one problem I have with watching anime on Crunchyroll is its entire design philosophy, and the way they categorize anime is poorly made, especially in the movie section. Take Suzume, a notable recent release. Despite its availability on Crunchyroll, you wouldn't easily stumble upon it for casual browsing. It remains hidden even when applying filters meant for movie searching. Discovering it relies on prior knowledge of its existence and a deliberate search. This flawed design does more harm than good, It hampers the joy of discovering new favorites. And Suzume isn't the only example. Classics like Akira lie buried within Crunchyroll's expansive library, only discoverable by those who specifically search for them. This over-reliance on search function for discovery presupposes an exact knowledge of what you're looking for, thus sidelining the spontaneous joy of uncovering new anime and exciting narratives. This issue transcends mere interface and improvement. It's about creating an environment where discovery is integral to the experience of anime. Without it, we're not just missing out on titles, we're missing out on potential new passions, on stories that could have resonated deeply with us. So then, what's the solution? Streamline the navigation process by taking cues from platforms like Netflix or Hulu. Start by ditching the drop-down browse button. Instead, introduce a cleaner, more direct navigation system with dedicated tabs such as Home, Anime, Anime Films, and Shorts, along with additional categories deemed necessary. This way, when someone selects the Anime tab, they're presented with an option to explore the entire catalog, organized perhaps alphabetically, or they can dive deeper, filtering their search by genre, mood, or even by era. Think of the classics of 80s and 90s, for instance. This streamlined approach could transform the Movies tab into a treasure trove of cinematic anime, all easily browsable. Here, viewers could filter their search to find exactly what they're in the mood for, whether they're craving a particular genre, looking for something to match the mood, or wanting to embark on a nostalgic trip through anime history by exploring different eras. Creating this kind of user-friendly environment not only enhances the viewing experience, but also empowers the fans to explore and discover anime in a way that feels personal and tailored to their interests. There's also another side to watching anime online: the problem of anime gatekeeping. Mostly done by major streaming services like Disney+, this highlights a growing concern as the anime industry expands globally. Gatekeeping here refers to the control over which anime in titles are accessible, usually influenced by regional availability / region locked, and sometimes with subscription costs. They are curated selections that align with a platform's brand image. Such practices can limit viewers' access to the broader range of anime, particularly niche or lesser-known titles that don't make it into the selective catalogs. Platforms like Disney+ have ventured into streaming anime, which, while increasing accessibility, also raises the questions about commodification of the anime and selective exposure of titles to international audiences. The selective curation by these platforms can significantly influence which anime become popular outside of Japan, potentially sidelining the diverse and rich content that falls outside of the mainstream or falls outside of the family-friendly criteria. Moreover, the issue of regional licensing creates disparities in anime access across different parts of the world, with fans in some regions facing limited choices compared to others. This situation underscores the need for a better approach to anime distribution. Fans worldwide should have a way to explore a full spectrum of anime content. It's 2024. All of these companies are making money from anime, and they know it's popular and big. So there's no excuse to region lock or limit any anime from being watched by the masses. We're in the digital era, for crying out loud. This case has never made sense to me. You don't own anything. There's so many factors going into play in today's anime world. The anime watching experience has gotten worse over the year. Sony's acquisition of Crunchyroll, merging it with Funimation, reshaped the streaming service ecosystem, providing a unified platform but also leading the unintended consequences. The consolidation meant a significant portion of Funimation's catalog migrated to Crunchyroll, yet disturbingly, it also led to instances where fans lost access to previously purchased content. This scenario underscores a growing concern in the digital age: the impermanence of digital ownership. When platforms change minds or policy shifts, the content was paid for and grown attached to can vanish, leaving viewers in a lurch and fostering a sense of instability regarding where or how to secure invest in digital media. The services involved and content disappears, fans are left searching for alternatives to access their beloved anime, having some down the path of torrenting. This route raises ethical questions and legal concerns. It emerges as a symptom of the broader issues plaguing the industry's distribution models. At the heart of these challenges lies a fundamental question. So, if I'm not able to torrent or watch anime illegally, and people say watching anime or streaming anime supports the creators, is that really the case? Does streaming truly support the creators behind the anime we love? The journey from our screens back to the artists involving numerous problems, with a significant portion of streaming revenue absorbed before reaching the studios and, more critically, the animators themselves. This complex web of distribution and profit-sharing mechanisms often dilute the direct impact fans hope to have on the creator's well-being. Studios make the anime and are paid by the production community, with a predetermined sum, part of which hinges on streaming performance. However, this sort of arrangement doesn't translate to direct royalties for the animators themselves. They earn a wage for their work, irrespective of how fans binge-watch their series. This financial model keeps the anime industry gears turning, ensuring there's always a fresh supply of shows, which is one of the reasons for today's mass overproduction of anime. However, the actual slice of pie that studios and by extension animators receive from streaming deals is often minimal. It's more about keeping the demand up, providing to the powers that be that new series are worth the investment. For viewers seeking to directly support the creators, purchasing merchandise or Blu-rays is more effective. These tangible expressions of fandom stand as more direct pillar of support than streaming services alone. Streaming rights have become a crucial piece of the anime profitability puzzle, sometimes even overshadowing traditional revenue streams like merchandise and Blu-ray sales. Only a select few series each season manage to break in significant profits from these physical releases. This shift towards streaming as a primary revenue source has led in the influx of anime productions, as it often offers a more reliable return on investment. This shift towards streaming as a primary revenue source has led to an influx of anime productions, as it offers a more reliable return on investment. However, this trend isn't without its drawbacks. The surge in production has its shadows, notably the risk of overproduction and overworking animators without the proper increase in their compensation. Yet, without the financial stability offered by streaming rights, the anime industry will face a dark future, potentially leading to the downfall of many studios. While streaming anime does contribute to this industry's ecosystem, it's a complex affair with its share of limitations. Financial benefits funnel through a layered system that sees creators at the end of the chain, with direct support often diluted along the way. So, while streaming keeps the anime world spinning, embracing additional forms of support can make a more substantial impact on the creator's livelihood and sustainability of the industry at large. The glimmer of hope on the horizon for animators and studios to receive a fairer share of the streaming revenue pie hinges on a potentially transformative approach. This complex issue, deeply rooted in the anime industry's traditional hierarchy, leaves even studio presidents in a precarious position, often at the whims of production committees, sponsors, or financial institutions. However, there is a path forward. For this hope to materialize into a tangible change, a radical shift in the industry's revenue sharing model is necessary. One promising avenue could be the adoption of more equitable contract agreements that prioritize a fairer distribution of streaming profits directly to the creators, including animators and studios. Such a change will not only acknowledge the hard work and creativity of the individuals behind our beloved anime, but also encourage a sustainable production environment that values the welfare of its workers. There also should be an increase in transparency and advocacy for animators' rights can play a crucial role in pushing for these changes. As fans become more aware of the challenges within the industry, the demand for ethically produced content could steer production communities and streaming platforms towards a more responsible practices. In envisioning a future where the financial rewards from streaming better reflect the efforts of those who breathe life into anime, we're not just dreaming of an improved compensation for workers. We're advocating for a systematic shift in how the industry operates, one that fosters innovation, respects labor, and ensures the anime experience for creators and viewers alike. This isn't just a hope, it's a call to action for everyone involved in the anime ecosystem, from fans to executives, to champion a more equitable and vibrant future for anime. Throughout this video, while I've peered through a somewhat critical lens at the online anime watching experience, there's a silver lining, a more optimistic, hands-on approach I'm eager to share with you. Before you dive deep into the next series, take a moment to think. It's not just about binge-watching every title here and there, but choosing what truly resonates with you. Remember, what you watch weaves into the fabric of who you are. From an industry standpoint, our viewing choices send a clear message of what we want more of. Less traction on certain genres, show the signs and signals to creators where the public interest lies. I'm looking at isekai prominently, and this could potentially shape what future anime content could be made. Encountered an issue in your experience watching anime? Don't just stay in silence. Speak up, share thoughts online. Change doesn't happen overnight. And sure, some things may stay the same, but raising your voice amplifies the chances of making a difference. Celebrate your favorite series, show them love to the studios behind them, and let's foster a community where open and thoughtful discussions lead the way. We all have something to learn from each other. If you feel like going above and beyond and supporting your favorite anime or anime studios you love, consider purchasing directly through their website. With plenty of platforms having international transactions, showing your support has never been easier. Not sure how to go about it? Well, just ask them, email them. There's countless ways to support animators and studios, each as unique as our own individual tastes in anime. Thank you for listening, like and subscribe, and goodbye.